Hi everyone! I'm happy to welcome you to the Holly Lolly channel, and today we're heading to Gakugei Daigaku Station. You've probably never heard of this station, but that's exactly my mission. I want you to fall in love with Japan and show you that every corner, every station here is beautiful and has something to offer. I've traveled to many countries and noticed a strange paradox. In most places, the city center is overflowing with beauty and attractions, but as soon as you leave the center, you're surrounded by boring buildings. And it's like that in most cities and countries. But in Tokyo, in Japan, no matter where you go, even to the smallest, most remote stations, there's still something to do and something to see. That's what I want to show you today. This is what the station looks like. You can recharge your transit card here if it runs out of money. And now I'll show you what's next. It has everything you need. A place to take ID photos, food options, and a variety of places to eat. By the way, that yellow sign belongs to my favorite Matsuya, a quick and affordable cafe with delicious food. Now I'm looking around and wondering, where do Japanese people carry their umbrellas? People are walking by and no one has one. But as soon as it starts raining, which happens often in Japan, everyone somehow pulls out an umbrella and suddenly everyone is using them. Here's my little life hack. I look out the window and see if any Japanese person is holding an umbrella, even a closed one. If yes, then I grab mine too. Sometimes people do carry them in their hands, but most people only take them out when it starts raining. Maybe they just run into a convenience store and buy one right away. Either way, Japan is beautiful even in the rain. Also, if your phone dies, you can rent a power bank right here. And right outside the metro exit, there's a Tokyo Store supermarket, so it's really convenient to grab something. There's even a Genki Sushi right at the station, perfect for a quick bite. Today, I'll continue using these glasses. It's not an ad, I just bought them to help me film videos for you. Here we have a lovely street for walking. There's a bakery here and the smell of fresh pastries is amazing. Makes you want to eat one, but I can't. I'm avoiding that right now. Here's a cafe. I can't read the name because I don't know kanji, but you can check out the menu by looking at the sample displays. From what I can recognize, there are gyoza, fried dumplings, ramen, shrimp with rice, and other tasty, but sadly very high-calorie options. Let's keep going. All the streets are very clean and beautiful. I turned onto another street and it's quieter here, but we're heading back to the main one where everyone is, where it's busier. Let's see what else we can find there. There's a line forming here. It must be lunchtime and people are getting food. Let's head over there. Here you can buy a delicious fish-shaped dessert with a creamy filling. There are also versions filled with red beans and other stuff. That one's more of an acquired taste, I'd say. Next door, they're selling shawarma, making kebabs. And here we have a dry cleaner. Right behind me is a Daiso store. What is Daiso? It's a shop where almost everything costs 110 yen. Super cheap. Let me run in quickly and show you what they have. Big Daiso stores can carry more than 100,000 different items. It's mostly little useful things for your home, cleaning supplies, personal care items, home decor, and decorations for holidays. And since it's a Japanese brand, of course, they have unusual things, like little socks for chair legs, wet floor cleaning wipes, or mouth stretchers. You can also find all kinds of costume jewelry and hair accessories. Japanese women use foil strips for their hairstyles, and I was surprised to learn that people here even buy separate containers just for wet wipes, to keep them moist for longer. I definitely look super weird right now. A foreigner wearing what seems to be sunglasses with a taped over flashlight, talking to herself and holding an umbrella. Yeah, it looks pretty strange. Actually, the first time I filmed with these glasses, this happened. I don't always know when the recording starts or stops because the sound is exactly the same. And sometimes if you don't press hard enough, it takes a photo instead of recording a video. So I thought I was turning off the recording, but it was actually starting. And later it was hilarious to watch the raw footage. That's why this time I'll film part of the video with my phone and part with the glasses. I should probably take the glasses off. I look super strange in them. No matter what area of Tokyo you end up in, you'll never go hungry. There are so many small cafes and street stands offering traditional Japanese food. And if you're not a fan of Japanese cuisine, you can always find alternatives. Here's my favorite place, Matsuya. All the seats there are for individual customers. You can place your order, and there's even an English language menu. Let me show you what they have. For example, curry rice. It's really good. This one is my favorite, a cutlet with an egg. I don't eat rice, but it's still delicious. You can also add miso soup to your meal. By the way, if you're in Japan and love curry, you should definitely check out Koko Curry, another restaurant chain. It's very affordable, super fast, and very tasty. They also have a variety of curry sauces, cutlets, shrimp, and of course rice. Rice is the main part of the meal, and they just add different toppings to it. So I really recommend Koko Curry. And let me brag a little. I already know that Koko means here, so the name basically means the place to eat curry. It's already lunchtime, so my husband and I, feeling hungry, stopped by one of our favorite places that serves the traditional dish shabu shabu. While we're eating, you can enjoy the view of the Japanese streets. At these smaller stations, you can really see how Japanese people actually dress. Most of them don't look like what you see online or in anime. Sure, there are some subculture folks in stylish, colorful outfits, but those are pretty rare. Honestly, sometimes I feel like Japanese fashion got stuck in the 2000s. I just passed a little shop, and don't think it's an exception. That kind of clothing is actually very common. Gray, baggy. Walking past, I saw a poster, and as always in Japan, even serious things are presented in a cutesy anime style. Behind me is Original Kitchen. They sell really tasty meals there, the kind locals buy and eat. I'll quickly pop in with the glasses and show you what they've got. Obento is the perfect option for busy Japanese people who don't have time but still want a proper meal. They sell ready-made balanced meals here. You'll find different salads, fish, and meat dishes with sides, mostly rice, plus desserts, drinks, instant noodles, soups, and more. And this is what a local bookstore looks like. Manga lovers could spend an entire day here. The selection is just incredible. Here's a little life hack from the Japanese. They don't always buy manga. During their lunch break, they just head to the bookstore and read manga standing up for free. Honestly, I never expected to see a Second Street shop this far from the city center. It's a second-hand store chain. I've been there before, and I have mixed feelings. Why? Because I thought if something is expensive, it would definitely be branded. But at Second Street, I found American-style clothes, real retro pieces, probably from the 60s or even 50s. They were old, with stains and holes, but still very pricey. Anyway, I'll put the glasses back on now and quickly pop in to show you what's inside. These branded second-hand stores gained popularity in Japan when the country's economy sharply declined. That's when many Japanese people started looking for alternatives to painfully expensive items. But in such places, you really have to dig to find something truly new, or at least something that looks new, and prices for branded items aren't budget-friendly at all. In these second-hand shops, you can find anything from a worn-out, stained bag to a Louis Vuitton in excellent condition. I wanted to show you the store quickly, but still make it interesting. And actually, not all the prices are high. Sure, the branded stuff is expensive, but regular items are reasonably priced. Of course, everyone has their own sense of taste. In many Japanese places, you can often order food without interacting with staff at all. For example, there's a machine on the street where you choose your dish, pay right there, and the menu is displayed beside it. By the way, this is what pharmacies that fill prescriptions look like. A drugstore is where you can buy over-the-counter medicine. Just a few steps away, you'll often find a small pharmacy where people sit and wait to get their prescriptions filled. Actually, getting medicine here can take a while, at least 40 minutes, sometimes longer. One time I waited 50-60 minutes for just 2 medications while they located them and labeled each with my name since they're made specifically for you. It's a slow process, but they give you thorough explanations and instructions. So what do we see here? This girl has neck and back pain, and here we have a cute skeleton welcoming visitors. This is what a drugstore looks like from the outside. Let's take a look together at what's inside. It's basically a store with medical items, but you can only buy over-the-counter medications here, like those for early cold symptoms, headaches, vitamins, and supplements. They also sell cosmetics, snacks, and all sorts of household products. It's a total paradise for any girl. There's a huge variety of skincare and makeup products. Japanese guys aren't left out either. Men here take great care of themselves, so there's also a wide selection of men's cosmetics. In general, a drugstore has almost everything you might need for your bathroom or daily life. Gels, soap, shampoo, hair dye, though don't expect to find bright colors or blondes. And of course, there are plenty of products to support your immune system. Heating pads, patches, bandages. In summer, you'll find a lot of cooling items. Along the way, I passed a beauty salon, and as you can see, no blonde hair color examples, but plenty of shades of black and brown. If you've decided to rent an apartment, let me show you some options. Here, a one-room apartment costs 53,000 yen per month. It includes a small bathroom, toilet, and a combined kitchen and living space. Just 16 square meters in total. There are many different options for different needs. So, we've arrived at a playground. As I mentioned earlier in other videos, there are very few of them. I've been walking around for a long time, and I've only come across this one. One definite plus here is the toilet. It's very clean. Look, everything's spotless and tidy, but on the downside, I'd say that this is probably the only slide for the whole area. You have to walk quite a while to get here, and your child gets only one slide to play on. I don't know why it's like this or what the reason is. Even though Japan has few children, there are still surprisingly few playgrounds. And why there are so few activities at those playgrounds is a mystery to me. I've also noticed that almost every playground has a little place where people can pray. I once saw a person running to work who stopped briefly to pray before continuing on their way. And now my favorite part, ornamental cabbage instead of flowers. So I entered a park to show you what it looks like. Suddenly, I was surrounded by pigeons. One even landed on my umbrella. They thought I came to feed them, even though feeding pigeons is not allowed here. I often see signs around here, and pigeon population control is taken very seriously. The signs say that if you feed the pigeons, their numbers will increase. To prevent the spread of disease, the Japanese government might have to cull some of them. So they strongly ask people not to feed the pigeons to keep them from multiplying. Anyway, I came here to show you this lovely park. Even though it's just a few steps away from the hustle and bustle of the city, it feels like a quiet, cozy little corner of nature. The cherry blossoms are blooming, there's a little bridge and a small shrine or temple. We'll walk over there and I'll show it to you. There's a pond here with ducks swimming. It's just so peaceful. I've been to this park a few times already, and honestly, when I'm feeling a little down, this is the perfect place to sit. Listen to the quiet, listen to nature, and my mood always lifts. And look, pigeons are taking a bath. Here's a sign asking people not to feed the turtles or fish. You don't even need to know Japanese to understand what it's about. This tree is blooming. I hope it's a cherry blossom. If it's not, please forgive me. And up ahead, we have the entrance to a shrine. I'll show it to you quickly. Here, people rinse their hands and face with water, then they throw coins, say a prayer, and ring the bell. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.